That is ultra long shot Jed Forrest, as the tote board reads 99-1 on him. It reads 3-5 for would-be champion Cigar. In the gate for the 12th Breeders' Cup Classic. And they're off. French Deputy Star Standard strikes out for the lead immediately, and he is aggressively ridden here. Star Standard to the lead, and Cigar is keyed up today. Very competitive. It is right up there close for the inside LCarriere. They make the bend toward the backstretch. Star Standard leads. LCarriere pressing on the inside. Jerry Bailey with a hard hold of the pent-up power of Cigar, restrained in third. Peaks and Valleys in the clear on the outside fourth. Unaccounted for is fifth. French Deputy from off the pace today. England's Hauling is now seventh on the outside. Tinner's Way is next. Then it's Solo the Matter, who's down on the fence about 9 lengths from the lead. Jed Forrest and Concern is just where he was last year at this time. Last, about a dozen lengths from the front. The opening quarter went in 24 1/5 seconds. Star Standard on the outside. LCarriere pressing for the lead with 6 furlongs to go. And Cigar wants to go to the lead, but Jerry Bailey says no, not yet. Unaccounted for, fourth toward the rail with 5 furlongs to run. The opening half mile went in 48 1/5 seconds. Solo the Manor now has to pick it up, and he threads his way through in between horses. Then farther back, it's French Deputy, who's only 3.5 lengths from the lead. Then Peaks and Valleys, followed by Hauling. A break of 3 to Jed Forrest, followed by Tinner's Way. Concern is still last. 3 furlongs to go. Cigar! Cigar makes his move, and he sweeps to the lead with a dramatic rush with 3 furlongs to go. And Jerry Bailey turns him loose, and he guides him down to the rail as the field turns for home. Unaccounted for down inside. A quarter of a mile between Cigar and a perfect season. Coming down to the last furlong with a 2.5 length lead. And Jerry Bailey calls on Cigar for everything he has. LCarriere is a weakening second. On the inside, unaccounted for. On the outside, Solo the Manor. And here he is, the unconquerable, invincible, unbeatable Cigar. He has won it, and look at this time over this racetrack, 1:59.2. He beat the best the world could offer, and even Mother Nature too. There he is, Cigar.
We have been witness to racing greatness. Cigar, 12 in a row, an unbeaten season, and he did it in style. 1:59.2. Cigar galloping his way into racing greatness. It was an exploding Cigar when Jerry Bailey finally said, go. He blows by Star Standard and LCarriere, the early pace setters. It was a monster move. We've talked about him being a push-button horse. He'll do whatever you want him to do at any point of a race. And when Jerry Bailey said, let's get after it, did he ever? Greg McCarran with Jerry Bailey.
Okay, I got Jerry Bailey with me. Jerry, all I can say, what must it be like to ride a horse like this?
He's the greatest, Greg, I'll tell you. I love this horse to death, and I'm just happy to be riding him.
This is wonderful. The racetrack didn't beat him. The paddock judge didn't beat him. This is just wonderful. He is the best horse I've seen run.
Well, me too. I mean, he overcomes everything they throw at him. The 10-hole, a wet track, waiting in the paddock, you name it, he beats it.
It looks like it all made him mad. Back to you, Tom.
All right, Greg McCarran, now over $5 million for Cigar, 4th all-time on the money list. Alan Paulson and Belmont's 3rd Breeders' Cup victory, number 5 for Bailey, 2nd of the afternoon, and they did it on a track certainly not its best in stakes record time, 1:59.58. Cigar inhaled the field to win 12 in a row. Think this isn't a pretty picture? You can put his place up there among the best that have raced. Jerry Bailey making sure, right hand, left hand with a whip, right about here. He looks and he knows he's got a dozen. In fact, Cigar eased up, or the time could have been faster. Like Bailey had already quit riding a couple of steps before the wire. Number 1 indeed. Billy Mott, not bothered by that mini controversy in the paddock. Alan Paulson knows it. And the self-made cigar team, Mott, Paulson, Jerry Bailey, and the horse himself, Cigar. What an ovation from the crowd here at Belmont Park. 4 of the last 5 for Jerry Bailey. This is the one he'll remember. John Veach, you've seen a lot of good horses. Where does this one rank?
He ranks right there with the best, Tom. What he did at the half-mile pole here, when he exploded and opened up 3 lengths as if it was just turning on a light switch, that's a monster move, particularly on a racetrack like today that's gooey and a little bit on the holding side. Tremendous racehorse, tremendous year, and certainly one of the very best.
Payoff, Cigar 340, 360, 290. Paid more to place than he did to win. There'll be a lot of people saving those $2 tickets on Cigar. Put a $2 wager in there and frame that ticket. LCarriere holding on gamely for second and unaccounted for. The last horse to beat Cigar held the show. Here's the complete order of finish. Soul of the Matter got the 4th spot, then Star Standard, the early pace setter. Peaks and Valleys never fired today. Tinner's Way, the son of Secretariat, could not spoil Cigar's run to greatness. Concern, last year's winner, 8th. French Deputy, 9th. Jed Forrest, 10th. And look at that. The 8-weight race winning streak of Hauling comes to a close on the dirt of Belmont Park. We'll be back with the presentation a little bit later, but one more look. As they say, one of the best to ever look through a bridle. Still basking in the glow of the tremendous run by Cigar to win 12 in a row. The MetLife blimp Snoopy 1, cruising the skies above the Breeders' Cup action at Belmont Park in Elmont, New York, with its 70,000 cubic feet of helium keeping it aloft. Let's go to Mike Battaglia.
Thanks, Tom. And with the jubilant connections here of Cigar, Mr. and Mrs. Paulson, trainer Bill Mott, and Jerry Bailey, to make the presentation, Jim Mann, Vice President of Mobile Corporation. Jim?
Thank you very much. Mr. Paulson, your horse showed total quality today. That's what Mobile's all about. On behalf of our employees worldwide, our dealers, our distributors, most importantly, our customers, we're happy to present you with this trophy for the winner of the Breeders' Cup Classic. Congratulations.
Mr. Paulson, I think this horse can go down in history now as one of the all-time greats.
Boy, if he doesn't, something's wrong. And I want to thank Mobile, too, because they bought Gulfstreams from us, and that's a top product, too.
And trainer Bill Mott, Bill, we saw you as Cigar was coming across the winner's circle. I've seen you a lot. I don't think I've ever seen you that excited.
Well, I figured I had to root him on this one last time. It's the last one of the year and the big one, and I think this really etched it in stone what a champion he really is. I think this leaves no doubt.
Truly a champion, and I think that you have to agree that he has to go down in history as one of the best ever.
I think he surely does. I think they can tack his name right up there with the all-time greats, and I don't think we have to hedge on that at all. I think he's a real super horse.
How about next year? You think you're going to race him again next year? He still looks like he's got a lot of good races in him.
Well, Mr. Paulson and I will sit down and talk about that probably in November and December and weigh whether or not we want to race him again. And I think right now, if Cigar is healthy, sound, and looks like he could stand another campaign, I think we'd go for another year. And, of course, there's a $4 million race in Dubai that we'd have a good look at, and it might be a lot of fun.
How about you, Mr. Paulson? You think he can run next year?
Boy, the way he's running now, it looks like he'd run forever, but we'll sure check him out before the end of the year and see that he's good and sound, and if he is, we're going to go for it.
And we can't forget Jerry Bailey. What a magnificent ride. You've ridden a lot of great horses. Where does this one fit?
He's the greatest I've been around. He overcame a wet track, the 10 post, overcame not having my good luck piece Justin here. He overcomes it all.
All right, the jubilant connections of Cigar, the winner of the Classic. Back to you, Tom.
No good luck charm or not, it didn't make any difference. It was something to see when Jerry Bailey asked Cigar to go and he accelerated and the race was over. Well, a lot of things going on in sports today. Let's go to our update studio. Greg Gumbel in New York. Greg, at Belmont, we had a special moment not long ago.
Ridden here, Star Standard to the lead, and Cigar is keyed up today. Very competitive, and he's right up there close for the inside LCarriere. They make the bend toward the backstretch. Star Standard leads. LCarriere pressing on the inside. Jerry Bailey with a hard hold of the pent-up power of Cigar, restrained in third. Peaks and valleys in the clear on the outside fourth. That is ultra long shot Jed Forrest as the tote board reads 99-1 on him. It reads 3-5 for would-be champion Cigar. In the gate for the 12th Breeders' Cup Classic. And they're off. French Deputy Star Standard strikes out for the lead immediately, and he is aggressively and far the back. It's French Deputy who's only 3.5 lengths from the lead. Then Peaks and Valleys followed by Halling. A break of 3 to Jed Forrest, followed by Tinner's Way. Concern is still last. 3 furlongs to go. Cigar! Cigar makes his move, and he sweeps to the lead with a dramatic rush with 3 furlongs to go, and Jerry Bailey turns him loose. Outside, LCarriere pressing for the lead with 6 furlongs to go. And Cigar wants to go to the lead, but Jerry Bailey says no, not yet. Unaccounted for, fourth toward the rail with 5 furlongs to run. The opening half mile runs in 48 1/5 seconds. Solo the Manor now has to pick it up, and he threads his way through in between horses. Unaccounted for is 5th. French Deputy from off the pace today. England's Halling is now 7th on the outside. Tinner's Way is next. Then it's Solo the Manor, who's down on the fence about 9 lengths from the lead. Jed Forrest and Concern is just where he was last year at this time. Last, about a dozen lengths from the front. The opening quarter went in 24 1/5 seconds. Star Standard on the